Canada's premiers say they're doing all they can for Canada, but need help from above. It's not new that provincial leaders want cash from Ottawa, but as Ross Lord tells us, they're now working more in concert to get it.
With the Prime Minister once again not taking part, the premiers were like a big family discussing important plans without the parents around. Not surprisingly, tops on their wish list is more money for things like infrastructure and health care.
The federal government will be in a much better situation fiscally over the next 20 years compared to where the provinces will be.
The Harper government is struggling in the polls, and the premiers know they can pressure the PM or pile on the criticism in the run-up to an election. They insist they're making some progress without him, renewing support for a national inquiry into the plight of Aboriginal women, making it easier for tradespeople to move between provinces, and removing some internal trade barriers, most notably restrictions on shipping alcohol province to province.
It's not as though we are coming to the federal government cap in hand without taking responsibility ourselves.
They've also added an important voice to their proposed national energy plan, which would include things like sharing hydropower between provinces who have an abundance and those who don't.
We are really delighted that Quebec is signing on to this.
With no federal government to argue with in person, there was harmony, possibly fostered by holding their meetings in the birthplace of Confederation. They even reenacted a famous pose of the Founding Fathers, choreographed just like they were 150 years ago.
Even though we brought our own provincial hats to the table, the conversation always ended up about Canada. And I think that's good for the country.
They enjoy each other's company so much, they're planning a trade mission to China at the end of October, around the time Prime Minister Harper is reportedly considering a separate visit of his own. Ross Lord, Global News, Charlottetown.